All right. Hey, how's it going, everybody? Let me see. I don't know. Maybe I'll turn my camera on later. I just don't feel like it right now. So let me see. Hello, Lady Ambrosia. How you doing? Uh-oh, shit. Dang it. Okay, turn that off. I always play the video in the background to make sure that it's working. And I forgot to mute it. So anyway. Hey, Zabora, how's it going? Hey, Moat, how's it going? So let me know if any of you want to join. I'll probably just, I don't know what to talk about. So I think we'll just chat about whatever comes to mind. Kind of like what we did over at Lady Ambrosia's channel the other day. Except I could find the button. I was giving you a hard time. Hey, Kawaii's Witch, how's it going? So let me see. What I'll do is let me just pop the. I will put the link in the chat, and if anybody wants to join in, just go ahead and click that. And please clothe yourself appropriately before you join. Not talking to anybody in particular, Lady Ambrosia. Not talking to anybody in particular. My first legal joint in history making. Oh, so is marijuana like legal now, recreationally legal in Nevada? Because I know that we made it recreationally. Well, that's hard to say. Legal recreationally here in California, but I don't think it's taken effect until January of 2018. I think. But I mean, they've had medical marijuana for quite some time, and basically, you go to a doctor and say, "Doctor, I stubbed my toe. Could I get a prescription for that? Pot prescription? Sure, why not? Here you go." When have I not been appropriately clothed? Never. I'm just kidding. Because every time I always say, "Hey, you want to join my chat?" You're like, "Oh, well, I got to get dressed first." Okay, all right. Well, go get dressed and join my freaking chat. I can't help that I'm synthetically blessed. Oh, okay, synthetically blessed, huh? So, yeah. Yeah, so I mean, I don't really know what to have for a topic. I actually have clothes on. Whoa, really? You have clothes on? Wow, that's amazing. Actually, it's been so hot lately, I don't blame you. I mean, we had our week of summer last week. Hey, Zabora, how's it going?
Hey,
And so now it's actually kind of cool. So it reached like up in the 90s here. So I don't know if you're talking to Zabora. If you are, I can't hear you. Let me see what's going on with my settings. That's why I have it on the wrong one. There we go. Yeah, I can hear you now. It's not your fault. It was on my end.
Okay, give me a second. I got to put a shirt on.
Everybody's running around naked outside my chat. What's going on?
I have a son.
Doing? You never show yourself on camera anyhow. You could be naked for all I care.
Oh man. I have to do it for safety reasons, just in case I hit the button by accident.
Okay, all right. Then you'll flash and get my channel demonetized.
It's an Illuminati conspiracy.
Yeah, I can just see that email from YouTube. There was a boob on your Hangout on Saturday. This violates YouTube's policy showing boobs. Oh, okay, all right.
Oh, fuck.
Hey, Loki's Witch, how's it going? Nice to Hey, Rays, how's it going? Huh?
Oh, sorry, pain.
Oh. Everybody's people like that last video I put out.
Which one?
The one where the guy was doing the exorcism.
Oh my God, I laughed so hard. I'm like, is he really calling this dude? And then I heard the P. I was like, no, okay, I got it.
Yeah, I was surprised. People were like, did you actually call him? Did you pay him? I was like, no. That was editing. But the trick with audio editing is you have it overlap. Like most people, what they'll do is they'll have the person stop talking and then you'll start talking. You actually want to overlay it because in conversations, people's voices overlay.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Caesar Sandoval, how's it going? What's up, fam? Yeah. So I don't know if Sniper Boy's in the room, but I just wanted to give him props for last weekend for hanging out with us. And
he put up with some shit.
Yeah, well, yeah, but I mean to be honest, I think we were pretty fair to him. I mean, we weren't holding back.
Yeah. I hope he learned more about it.
Huh?
I hope he learned more about himself and his religion. You know, we were asking tough questions.
Yeah, but you know, it seems to be that most people, what they do is they actually double down on their own beliefs. That's what they usually do. I mean, I don't really think you actually change people's ideas. I think they just kind of double down on them, really. Hey, Anthony, how's it going? Would it be too much trouble to ask everyone to thumb this video? Well, thanks, Anthony. He deserves mad respect for staying. Yeah, I mean, he also stayed civil. I mean, yeah, he stayed civil, but I mean, the thing that got me was how, anyhow, I mean, I give him props for that. I can understand when you go into a chat and you're against one person, but if you're up against multiple people who have a different belief from you and they're really like pushing you, and you know, I can understand it.
Lilokin, you know me. I don't take no shit, and I'm kind of an asshole.
I know you don't take no shit. I know you're an asshole.
So I thought I was being very civil and fair.
Yeah, you were. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I think we were being civil to him. I mean, we weren't holding back, you know?
No.
But I mean, he was taking it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. No, he took a beating. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to find my headphones.
All right. So, so the link is in the description. If anybody wants to pop in, I'll put it in there again. So if anybody wants to join in, I don't really have a topic. I thought we would just kind of chat about whatever topic people might want to discuss. So I just like doing this hangout on Saturdays, and sometimes it's nice not to have anything planned. Oh, there she is. She's flashing us. Yeah, but I can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
I can hear you now. Yeah, now I can hear you.
Okay. I just wanted to show off my crown here.
Oh, wow, that's nice. Did you make that, or did you buy it?
It was given to me as a wedding present. The something blue.
Is it lapis lazuli?
Yeah.
Lapis lazuli. That's really beautiful. Did your husband buy that?
No, it was given to me by my maid of honor.
Oh, awesome.
Isn't it
Now,
beautiful?
did you do any? Are you going to share any photos or videos on like in Facebook or of the wedding?
Probably not.
Okay.
I can send you some though if you want some. Just because I've had that incident, so I'm trying to reduce the personal shit.
Oh, right. Okay, sure. I understand.
So I will be happy to send you some though.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I understand. I understand what you're talking about. I agree. I understand why people like to keep a separation between their public life and their private life. And I agree with you. I think that there should be that because you never know what some idiot out there is going to do.
Right.
So, hey, Madam
Right.
Benefit. So
that's just how I feel. Do you guys see how red I am?
not really.
Oh God, it's horrible. I'm in so much pain.
Why did you get sunburn?
Yeah, really bad. I was out there for like 3 hours waiting for that fucking joint. Worth it.
It was worth it, huh?
Yeah, it was pretty worth it.
So is marijuana legal in Nevada now?
Yeah, it was past November when we had our elections. Yay.
Awesome.
Um, so it became legal in January, but they had no way to dispense it. So what they did is they were like, okay, well, we have a year to figure everything out. We can see what other states are doing. And this Democrat down in Vegas is like, fuck this. We have dispensaries. We have
Hmm.
medical dispensaries open now. We are going to open them up for recreational. We are missing out on huge revenue.
Hmm.
So that's what they did. They did the early start program. Today is the first day of the early start program. So yeah, history in the making. We got our first legal day was today, and actually they're kind of worried that they're going to run out of weed because well the alcohol license or the alcohol businesses like Budweiser and Coors and stuff like that, they are the distributing holders. They
Hmm.
have specific licenses that they have to have to dispense this stuff or carry this stuff. So they're not releasing any more weed because they want the alcohol sales back up,
Right.
and they're running out of pot.
Yeah. Well, they can yeah, exactly. But they can open up I mean, where do they probably get it all? Is it like grown it's probably
It's
grown
locally grown.
privately, right? But is it grown privately in Nevada?
Yeah, it's locally grown here in South Reno is where they grow the stuff for the dispensary that I went to.
Mhm.
Um, and it's all like private family owned businesses, or it'll be like two buddies or something like that. It's all small businesses here. We don't have any major corporations or anything like that with cannabis yet, so
Mhm.
everything is all local economy.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, and pot is really easy to grow. I mean, as long as you give it sunlight and keep it watered, because
Yeah.
yeah, it's a sturdy plant. It will grow literally anywhere. So,
Yeah. That's part of our laws, though. Our laws are pretty harsh because of the alcohol that we have here in Nevada with the casinos.
mhm.
If we didn't have casinos, Reno would be dead. It would not be as big as it is. And they rely upon the alcohol because you don't know how drunk you are putting in that $20 bill that you can't really afford or that $100 bill you can't really afford.
Oh
But
yeah.
when you smoke pot, you're a little bit more aware of what you're doing. So the casinos are kind of pissed off, but we voted it in. It's just that the alcohol distributors are trying to pull back on that market right now because they're the only ones allowed to transport it from one facility to the dispensary.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, because I mean, the casinos pretty much built Nevada. If it wasn't for
Yep.
the casinos, Nevada would be just like a way station on the way to another state.
It's Indian land. That's all it
Yeah,
is.
pretty much.
Yeah, there ain't shit here.
Yeah, exactly. There ain't shit there. But yeah, I mean, I lived in a house in Oakland where there was the upstairs where we lived, and then the downstairs was owned by this guy, and the whole downstairs area was nothing but a hydroponic space to grow pot.
Yeah.
And we had it, or they had it going for like I lived there for like maybe a year and a half, and then one day for some reason the landlord was going to come down and do an inspection, and they literally ripped that entire place out in like an hour. It was amazing, but they had lights, they had the hydroponic system, so all they did was, I mean, it watered itself. They had lights, they had the whole grow thing going. It was incredible, and it was I was amazed at how fast they ripped it all down. I mean, they were professionals. They probably had other houses in Oakland.
Oh yeah, it's pretty fast with hydroponics too because everything is just it screws together. You can buy this shit at Lowe's, you know. When my dad was going through his shit that he was going through before he died, he was on medical pot. And my guy grew in his garage. I mean, like, he put this thing up in like 2 weeks, and it's all stuff he bought, you know, at Lowe's and Home Depot. So it's kind of funny, like, how fast you can get that shit just put up and moved.
Yeah. I mean, if you know what you're doing. Yeah. And it was another thing, like, especially pot is just such a, like I said, it's such a tough plant. And they had it going all the way up to the ceiling. So they had like 12-foot, 14-foot plants in there. It's amazing.
No, yeah, I've seen some. I mean, that's why they call it tree, right? Because they get fucking huge. I've seen some like trees, and it's just like this very sad sight. But yeah, they're a pretty hardy plant. I've seen well, not like personally, but you know, pictures and stuff like that of stems that are just like big around. It's insane.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they'll have what they call like I think they call them cola buds or banana buds, but it'll be like a foot long and like about the size of a cucumber, and that'll be like completely dried and trimmed and everything.
Then you get those Thai
that's
sticks.
just
That's kind of like them Thai sticks.
Well, no, well, I don't know about what you're talking about, Thai stick, but the stuff that I've seen that's Thai stick is like literally it's like a stick with a couple of leaves.
Oh, okay, that must be different then.
Well,
I thought you were talking about giant. No. I thought that's what they were. The giant.
Oh, the cola buds.
Yeah, I didn't know that was different.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so. I mean, at least back in my day. Well, we call them cola buds or banana buds. That's what we call them.
Well, I've only like shit. I think I've only ever had indoor. I don't think I've ever had outdoor weed before. So I don't know if there's a difference in that, or maybe it's just because I usually purchased like under a quarter at a time because it's personal use.
Yeah. Hey, Loki, how's it going?
Hey.
Well, I mean, like a banana bud would actually be a pound. I think there was one that we measured that was almost a pound. I mean,
that's a lot of weed.
Yeah, it is a lot of weed. Yeah, it is. Well, I was talking with Lady Ambrosia and Zabora the other day, but I knew some friends of mine I knew a guy who's friends with some people who grew pot up in Mendocino, and we would go and harvest with them, and we would get all the trims from the harvest, and it would fill up a garbage bag, and then we would take it down and melt it down, make it into butter and stuff like that. I mean, you could smoke it if you wanted, dry it out, but I mean, it was all leaf, so it was pretty harsh. But they had pretty much purple-haired indica, which was the best. Yeah. And that's what they grew up there.
Oh, you're talking to the happy... sorry.
So let me... Lady Ambrosia's asking, you want me to send you just click on the... let me see if I can invite her through.
I know, I picked it up through the chat, so...
Yeah, but, that's what I put it in there. So, but I think that some people.
I got it figured out. I have it figured out. I figured it
out. Yay! No, I live in Washington. We've had this legalized for a while. Blue, purple, green, orange, any of those furs are always good. But I think my favorite was my ex. Actually, her brother used to grow his own. So when he got his card, he was told he can grow up to 4 plants. And he also started a small thing, and he got his license for this to be able to grow for other people when it was just medical. He had this little atrium place in their apartment. The duplex, or whatever the house was. That was their growing garden. And dear Lord, he had mason jar after mason jar after mason jar full of bud and just everything. It's like, you know, if you ever wanted to be a hardcore dealer, you could.
I actually ruined when I was younger around the same time, because when we had harvested, I kind of took a couple of buds. so they were still, you know, wet. I mean, they were like, you know, fresh off the plant. And so I put them in the oven to try and dry them out. Completely ruined it.
Wow.
Completely. You can't do that. You have to let it dry out. Like, I fucked it all up, but you know, whatever.
Hey, Madame Benefica. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Probably not.
Yeah,
but she was wanting to know if you guys. She was wanting to know if you guys ever use pot in your practice. I say yes, personally.
I have twice.
I have once. It was more for meditation.
That was what. Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
I've actually added it to spells before.
Ooh, never thought.
Yeah,
of that.
I've used like the seeds or like the twigs and added them to like jars or sachets for various reasons. I've used it with like dream work and stuff, because some of the stuff that I have definitely, I think, enhances my dreams.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've never used it. Well, I mean, actually, I don't know if that's true. I don't remember it if I did. I know, yeah. I've known other people who have. Then
no, I've used it in ritual, just when I was trying to get used to a certain format, and I was kind of looking for like a quick, dirty route to get into it, but it didn't really work out. But I have used it another time for dream work.
Mm. Let's see. Huh? I don't know what they're making weird sounds in the chat. Benefica. Yeah, Benefica is Latin for poisoner and also witch.
Well, would you just look at that?
Yeah. Well, if you look at the Latin translation of especially what is it, 23:18, Exodus 23:18, the one that says thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. In the old Latin, it was like something benefica. But benefica, if you translate it, actually means like poisoner or person who creates potions, and also it means witch in Latin.
I'm changing my bong's name now to Benefica. I'm going to change my bong's name now to Benefica. I called it the Wicked Witch. You see how it's green? Mm-hmm. And purple and shiny? And then she's got a little wart on her nose.
The wart bong.
I was calling her the Wicked Witch, but now her Benefica.
Benefica. Well, you can't call her Madam Benefica because that's already taken.
No, just Benefica. But yeah, she was the Wicked Witch. I'm worried that that's kind of what happened, you know, because like when I was a kid, I used to be a princess, and I think I became the Wicked Witch. I ain't got no kids. I hate kids.
Well, there's that Broadway show called Wicked, and it's supposed to be about like what happens before Dorothy arrives and squishes the Wicked Witch of the West.
Yeah, I read the book.
Yeah, I've never seen it. It's interesting.
Fucking weird.
It has good music.
Does it?
I don't know about the play. I've never seen the play, but I read the book, and that's just fucking odd. It's definitely adult themed. Don't let your children read it.
Okay.
No, the Wicked Witch's mom is like a munchkin, and she does dope, and we don't know who the father of that kid is, and the dad always leaves, and she's fucking the hired hand, who's some
Wow.
kind of weird creature. Yeah, and then like the kid comes out green, and the grandmother, his daughter was wicked, but the grandmother's actually an asshole, and like is stealing shit from them and stuff like that. It's horrible. It's
Wow.
horrible.
And that's all in the play?
I don't know. I've never seen the play. I read the book.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay, okay.
The play is definitely not like that.
Okay, so you've seen the play.
I've seen the play. I haven't read the book.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was gonna say that seems pretty a little excessive even for a play.
It was bad.
Yeah.
I listen to the music from it. That's about it. I'm too cheap. I haven't went anywhere. Come on. I shop at the Dollar Tree.
So
Yeah, I live next to Portland.
Let me see. Watching the porch. You guys ever smoked? Have you guys ever smoked salvia? Salvia.
No.
I have.
You have?
I have. I did it like maybe only like 5 times.
Isn't that supposed to be like really strong?
It is actually like super, super strong. They actually used to sell it out here at the head shops. And the first time I did salvia was in a gravity bong at a frat party. And the high was like super, super intense, more than I really bargained for. And it makes you like profusely sweat. And the whole room gets really dizzy, and you kind of not hallucinate, but get really disoriented. And it is really strong. And then it lasts for about 30 seconds, and then it's gone.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, but what,
like there's people who will take a hit of that, and then they literally fall over because they get so disoriented.
Right. Yeah. Because I've seen videos. I think I've seen videos of it. And what's the ingredient? The main ingredient? What is it made from?
I don't know. Salvia? I have no fucking clue.
Salvia leaf, because there is a salvia plant.
Okay.
I don't know if it's true or not, so I'm kind of talking out of my ass here. But I have seen my friend James do it, and it was like he fell over on the bed, twitched, said 13 eggs, and I was like, I'm never touching this shit, you know?
Yeah.
But
I mean, it's amazing. There's all kinds of stuff that you can actually use to get high that's in the natural world. I mean, you can go out to your garden and probably find it if you really want to. But yeah. Salvia, so Caesar is saying that salvia is a sage, type of sage.
I don't know. I smoked it.
You didn't care. You smoked it.
I mean, everyone else is doing it, so.
Peer pressure.
Sure. All the cool kids are doing it. What the Indians used to smoke to connect to the gods. Shit gets fucking heavy. Yeah, well, I don't know. I mean, yeah. I mean, when I was younger, I enjoyed doing that, but not anymore. Not really into it.
You look like you're so old. Like, just stop.
No, I'm not. No. What I'm saying is, it's a whole different experience. Like if you get high nowadays, it's like it's a whole different experience. It's not the same.
Well, I just know my weed is good.
Huh?
I just know my weed is good.
You did? Okay. Now, how much did you get?
I just bought a joint.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah, that's all. That's all I wanted. My dealers got better prices. I just wanted to say.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I wanted the experience.
Okay. So you could actually go into a dispensary and just buy a joint, or you just buy a certain amount for a joint?
Nope, you can buy a pre-rolled. That's what they're called, pre-rolled. And it comes in
now,
like
is it a decent pre-roll, or is it like a snake that's pregnant?
It's actually kind of cone-shaped, and it's
okay.
0.8 grams pre-rolled weight. And then when they rolled it, it was more because they add this little raw filter at the end.
Oh, okay.
It's like this little cardboard piece. But,
Right.
I just,
And there's no actual filter in there. It's just like it's just empty, right?
yeah, it's
Yeah. Yeah, because when we rolled, we used to put those in there. It helps with the smoking. But also I never liked joints because the paper burns and you taste the paper.
Yeah, I don't either, so I took mine apart.
Mm-hmm.
It was cheaper to buy a joint at 0.8 grams than it was to buy 0.8 grams, which I didn't understand. But, so I just like, give me the joint.
Yeah, really, exactly. If it's going to be the same price, fuck it.
Yeah.
Or if it's going to be cheaper, the same amount for a cheaper price. Yeah.
So I was like, fuck.
Well, I know the paper they use here, you don't taste it when you burn them. So it's not that bad with some of the joints here. And I did ask them, why is it cheaper to get a joint than a little baggie? It is because sometimes the weight can be just a little bit off in the joint compared to in the baggie. And it's pre-rolled, so it's more condensed and they move faster.
Mm-hmm.
Faster than the little baggies because they're easy to grab and go. Though I will still say I will buy brownies because, yeah, brownies. It's fun to mix them up with regular brownies and you not know what you get.
I don't
I've
like
always been more of a bong girl myself.
Yeah, definitely. Me too. I liked bongs. I liked making my own bongs.
Yeah, I made an apple bong the other day. It was awesome.
Oh, an apple bong. No, I made like a bong out of a Sapporo keg. I don't even know if they have those anymore. But I made an ice bong out of it. Ice bongs were the best because then when you smoke, it expands in your lungs.
I've had somebody, I didn't do it, but somebody else made a pickle jar one.
Mm-hmm.
And they had like tubes going into it and like the little radiator tubes. So there was like 5 of us hitting off of this pickle jar.
Was it a glass jar? Oh, they did it just through the top, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
They
Yeah.
on there and then just, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've seen those.
Cool.
Yeah, you can do that with anything. You can do that with like a mason jar or whatever. You just drill 2 holes in it. One's like the little thing, and then the other one's the part to smoke it through. Yeah.
We're showing off our pieces. Mine looks like a Coke bottle. I have a Coke bottle pipe.
Clam bake.
A little tiny Coke bottle. That's like one hit.
Oh God, that thing's adorable.
We got it for like $3 at one of the glass shops because they were trying to get rid of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Soren. Yes. But they were trying to get rid of them for new stock, and this was actually made in Portland. So I bought local, and it holds a good sized little bowl. So Soren has a mini bong.
The worst thing I ever smoked off of was it was like a Pepsi can, and you like poke holes in the Pepsi can, and you. That was the worst because you're like burning the aluminum and. Ugh.
Yeah,
But
I
we
think
were
mine
desperate,
was
so.
probably just like aluminum foil.
Yeah.
Straight up like aluminum foil that you would just use like a pen and just shape it into a oney.
We've all done it.
We've all been desperate enough going, I had to smoke it in. I will make it work.
Exactly. Exactly. Yep.
I've done fucking nice.
But I had wanted to take some with me on a trip once we were going out to the river, and so we were like, okay, how are we going to do this? So we bought loose leaf tobacco and we mixed the two so we could put it in the cigarette rollers. And so we had a combination of not only let's get tobacco tar in your lungs, but let's get you high at the same time. Which I think that was the best way to do it because it just looked like, oh, you have a pack of cigarettes. We're not going to sit here and open each cigarette to make sure it's not pot. Oh, thank God the border area in Arizona is not the smartest people. Customs. We lucked out.
So now is pot legal in Washington?
It has been for about what? Oh, I want to say almost 2 years, right, Soren?
A while now, right?
Well,
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It has been for recreational use. It was medical use when it first came out, and now recreation. We were us in Colorado were the first 2 states to legalize it. So most of the places are going off about how we legalized it to keep it going. And I don't know if it's the alcohol distributors, guys who deliver the weed for us here, but I know our shops never run dry.
Mhm.
They always have stuff.
it
And
is.
that is good because it's a great pain relief and it's better for anxiety than a handful of pills for some people. So,
Yeah, that's kind of hit and miss though for anxiety. For some people,
oh yeah.
it causes anxiety. So it's not a good it's really not a good thing to take for anxiety because it could be hit and miss. But if I mean you could try it for anxiety. If it helps, then it helps. For other people, it's going to
Yeah.
have the opposite effect.
It's still not legal here, so obviously I don't participate.
It's not legal there.
You can come visit
Are
me,
there
Lady
any-
Ambrosia.
You live in Washington State, don't you?
Yes, I do. I live
does,
right
yeah.
on the border of Oregon as well, so and it's legal there.
I wanna live in Washington so bad. That's like my favorite state.
I loved it up there when I came up there. It was beautiful.
Screw Washington.
We
Move to
have rain.
California.
Shut up, California. We have rain.
I
It's
am
nice.
not.
There in
I am
Washington.
not a Cali girl.
Apples.
We got
In
rain
Indiana?
and forests.
I like the forests though. And I like how it's like rainy and gray and foresty and kind of like eerie.
And it's very pagan friendly.
Oh
Yes.
yeah. You know what though? I'll tell you this. I live in Indiana and it's always a red state. Pence came from our state. And it's very, very conservative. And like the Bible Belt kind of runs through our state, and so does Tornado Alley. But we have a huge pagan community out here. Like the people from our surrounding states actually come to our pagan pride, like Ohio, Illinois, Kentucky, Tennessee, Michigan. They come to our pride.
Mm-hmm. That's good. Yeah, there's a lot of pagan communities popping up in places that you would never think they would have like a pagan community. It's awesome. But yeah, don't move to Washington, move to California.
I'm just not a
We got
California
beaches.
girl.
We got
We
beaches
have
here.
beaches too.
Washington has beaches and they have mountains.
Yes.
But California
of
has the
rocks.
redwoods though.
Bunch of
Maybe-
rocks next to some water. You call that a beach?
I like the rocky
It
beaches.
has sand.
As someone from Oregon, you can both go fuck yourself because we have the best state.
Yeah, you're
You
landlocked.
guys are hippies.
Yeah, what do you have in
Pot legal.
what do you have in Nevada? Take away the casinos. What do you have in Nevada?
We don't have shit.
Fuck.
we have half of Lake Tahoe.
Hey, you know what though? Like you're better off than Indiana. We have cornfields and NASCAR.
We have
What does California have besides beaches?
You could
They
eat
have desert
corn
and
and watch
hot
cars
gas.
go around in circles.
Hey, that's fine dining out here, honey. Yep. A lot of people here in Indiana think they're Southerners, and we're not. And we're not.
You're very northern Southerners.
Oh, I come from California. There's nothing there, like Logan. I was born in that state. There's nothing there.
See, I'm not a Hoosier. I'm not from
There's
Indy.
everything here. You name it, we got
Okay,
it.
I'm from Southern California. There's like nothing but desert, death, and misery of heat and old people.
Well, yeah, Southern California, we don't even count Southern California. For all I care, cut it off at like Santa Clara. That's it. Whatever's below Santa Clara, yeah, that's not California.
It's too hot there for me. Like I get too hot. I don't like that. I'll get too hot.
Yeah. No, LA's different. LA's like, yeah, LA's all spread out, and I don't like LA either. But LA does have nice beaches. They do have nice beaches.
Don't they have nude beaches down there too?
Yeah, they got nude beaches, but they got all kinds of beaches. There's like a whole. There's like Venice Beach, Hermosa Beach, Redondo Beach. There's all these beaches that are just like in a line, and so there's a thing called the boardwalk that connects them all. You just go along the boardwalk and go through the beaches. I mean, it's really nice. I lived down in Redondo Beach for a while.
I wouldn't mind living in Colorado either. I like that state a lot.
Colorado is beautiful.
Actually, I really like Kentucky too, and Tennessee.
Lilokin,
Say,
Half my family's in
Yes.
Kentucky. You can keep it.
I need you. I need you to.
I really liked Gatlinburg.
I need you to.
wait, hold on. What are you saying, Zabora?
I need you to Google Palau and then tell me about some beaches.
No, you Google Palau.
I can't wait to go.
I'm not Googling shit. You Google it.
It's those, those tropical island types, beautiful, pristine, greenish blue.
Yeah, with the really beautiful blue water. Yeah.
That's where my husband's from. I'm so
Oh
jealous.
wow. Okay. And then you go like a couple miles away from those tourist places, and everybody lives in absolute poverty.
No.
No?
It's a pretty stable. No, it's actually a pretty stable economy. They actually choose not to industrialize, so you won't see a lot of buildings besides like the 2 resorts that they have over 2 stories. They choose to remain economically friendly and no nuclear power, and then they get a lot of business and scuba trips and shit out there, and a lot of Chinese people come over, a lot of Japanese people come over, because they actually conquered Palau during the Second World War. The Battle of Palilu, it was Palau. Palilu is the small island off of the main island of Palau. So they get a lot of tourism. It's just that they choose not to industrialize.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. So somebody was asking, what's the scene like in Phoenix?
I can answer that one. Hot, miserable, and it's a frying pan. I have a friend that lives in Phoenix, Arizona.
Okay.
Right now, she said that it was... She is now freezing her booby juice for the baby into popsicles because that's all the baby wants is something cold.
Wow.
So it's been that hot.
I didn't know you could freeze booby juice.
Oh yeah, you can definitely freeze that. And matter of fact, you can even sell it. People will pay for that.
Wow.
There's actually a huge market for it, especially there's actually a huge market for it, especially in the bodybuilding community. There's a lot of meatheads who will pay top dollar. Like I'm talking like $80 a bottle.
Seriously?
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
I have a friend who actually does that. She sells her titty milk.
Wow, that's impressive. Huh.
And like $80 a bottle, that's like cheap. That's cheap compared to what other people are selling their breast milk for.
So now why do the muscle heads want it? Because it's supposed to be high protein or something?
Yeah, they think that there's like a lot of protein in it for them and it's going to help them bulk up, which I don't really think there's really any evidence that shows that that actually helps.
Right.
But
yeah, you could.
They buy it.
You could probably get soy protein or whey protein that probably at least.
Well, okay. If you're a man, you actually want to stay away from soy because it can lower your testosterone and heighten your estrogen levels. Which, if you're trying to bulk up, you want to stay away from that.
Right.
That's why oftentimes the fitness aisles at stores are kind of gender marketed. So all the women's stuff will be pink and it'll say soy, and all the men's stuff will be like usually red or black or blue and say whey, because women are not supposed to have whey. It fucks with your pH balance and it can also fuck with your estrogen levels and vice versa. Obviously not the pH balance part, but vice versa for soy for men. It can cause male pattern baldness, erectile dysfunction, lower their sperm count. It's no buenos.
Holy shit. Why are there so many fucking Asians then?
I'm not going to even comment on that on a live stream.
Thank you, Laura. You just got me my second strike. This is
about it.
this is YouTube alerting you that your hangout on Saturday where you had Zabora on.
Okay, I'm sorry if that came off as racist or, not PC. You can all suck my dick.
I'm just kidding.
Y'all, this Pepsi from last night is still good, okay?
Oh wow, that was from yesterday.
I mean, I poured another one.
Oh, you mean the Pepsi? It wasn't flat.
No, I'm having the same drink I had last night.
Yeah, that's.
That's what he said.
Oh, I can't stand you.
I thought. Okay, all right, never mind. All right, what is Crispy's? All right, people are getting in the. All right, people in the chat behave.
What are you doing now?
I don't know. Somebody says, "Suck my dick." What a coincidence. So
No
I don't know.
big deal.
Maybe they're just commenting along with what we're talking about. Maybe they're not talking to anybody.
Yeah, I think that was a comment on the whole "suck my dick" thing.
Oh, okay.
So,
What's Zabora saying?
There's only maybe one person in this group that has a dick besides the fake ones that we may have somewhere. So.
Okay. Let me see. I put the link in there before, so that if anybody else wants to join, that's the link there. So
what's a good topic?
Yeah, so we had the. Go
So
ahead.
let me just say this now. I'm only going to say this once. I am so irritated and frustrated with Justin Bieber right now.
What do you do now?
Literally, where'd Zabora go? Did she disappear?
She heard Justin Bieber and she's like, "Fuck this, I'm out."
No, but listen, I'm not a Justin Bieber fan. First and foremost, never have been, never will be. The fact that you're going to produce a song and an album where half of your lyrics are in Spanish, and when you go perform it live and you don't even know your own lyrics and you just say blah 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 live, the level of disrespect, that's crazy.
Who cares about why? What?
Hey, sorry, everyone.
I hope this isn't keeping you awake at night, Lady Ambrosia.
I just don't produce a song in a foreign language you can't speak, and then go perform it live, and then just slick diss the entire culture and the language. I'm not for that.
Yeah, I mean, I think you should just know your demographic and just adhere to your demographic. I mean, there's a lot of artists who like, for example, what's her name? Shoot. She was killed a long time ago by her producer.
Oh my God, Selena.
Yeah, Selena. Yeah, thank you, Selena. And then there's also Shakira. I mean, they sang in their native language, but they translated it or learned English or sang in English so that they could get a wider audience, because the American market was where the money was. But they did that because they wanted to make more money and break into that market. But it doesn't make any sense to really sing to another in another language for no reason. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Right? It's like dead silence.
No, you have a valid point though. But so that she has the fact of, if you're going to sing a song on your album that's supposed to be one of your title songs, and then when you go to perform it, you don't take the time to sing half the words that you sang before when you recorded it, then you're better off lip syncing it, for Christ's sake.
Well, why was he singing in a language that he's obviously not familiar with?
The world will never know.
I mean,
he's
if he doesn't speak Spanish and he doesn't understand Spanish, why is he singing in Spanish? I mean, I honestly don't care. These people. I mean, these people. You know, I really don't care what they do with their lives. They've got so much money and they don't even know what to do with it. It's just ridiculous. Some of these artists, they make an insane amount of money. It's ridiculous. So, let me see. Yeah.
I think it's cute how we're using Google Translate in the chat. That's cute.
Yeah, I mean, Google Translate is okay if it translates it correctly, but if you try to say it,
no,
you're gonna be like, say habla español, que qui paso.
Oh my God.
I mean, if you're trying to like pronounce it the way that Google does it. Oh, he recorded it with Google Translate.
Hey, can you guys hear me? Hello?
Huh?
Hello. Yeah, we can hear you.
What's going on, Zabora?
Oh, I just want to make sure you guys can hear me. I'm not seeing the
can hear
dot
you.
thing on my end.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm not seeing the dot thing on my end. My bad. I'm having technical difficulties. We gotta slow down for me.
You're fucking high, Zabora.
And get on the camera.
Out here.
You disconnected. Now you're back saying, "Hey, you guys hear me? You hear me, man? You
Get
hear
on
me
camera,
now?"
Zabora.
Fuck you.
Yeah, we hear you just fine, Zabora. Everything was okay.
It's okay. You're just fine.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Well, you guys are lagging a little bit. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't just me.
Oh, we're
It is
lagging.
just- Yeah. I'm high, you know, fuck you.
So now all of a sudden it's our problem.
Eat a
Bless your
dick.
heart.
Oh, I guess that's my problem, right?
I love you guys. You guys make Saturdays fun.
Yeah, Zabora, I'm actually a vegetarian, so I don't do that. Sorry.
I'm a lesbian. I don't eat that meat.
You guys don't know what you're missing out. I'm the only cocksucker here. What the fuck?
Oh, well, Logan may be hiding dirty secrets that we don't know about.
No, not into that. Nothing wrong with that if that's what you're into, but no. But Loki eats the other white meat.
I like tacos. I
See, I
really
don't do
like
that
tacos.
either. I don't do that either. I
No?
don't do that. No.
Oh wow, you're complete vegetarian, huh?
Yeah.
Nothing? Nothing, huh?
Not on live, no. Mm-mm.
I wasn't asking you to do it now.
He has standards.
Yeah, I'm a lady. God.
I'm not. I
I'm a
worship a
redneck.
heathen that had a horse. Think about that.
You wait, what with a horse?
Redneck.
No, I worship a heathen who gave birth to a horse after having to change into a female horse and being fucked by a horse. So I have no standards, apparently.
Damn, yo, that's some
Wow.
hillbilly Confederate flag waving shit.
That's Loki for you.
So
Yeah,
which,
but you know what? What the fuck do I know? Because my goddess went on a 3-day binger and married the first guy who she saw.
so Witchy Jim in the chat says it all tastes like chicken.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, right. This is making humor. Where is the high one? Yeah. So let me see. Let me catch up on some of the chat. Let me see.
I would just like to say that almost every single time we're on Hellbound, Lilocan, whatever's channel, why do things always turn sexual so fast?
Because we're all perverts.
Yeah, exactly. Have you ever seen Heathen Haven? Yeah, you
Hello,
yeah,
I
since
was
you were on
on
our
Heathen
show before.
Haven. The whole live chat couldn't stop talking about it. Hello.
Yeah, I mean, we're like, we're watching videos. We're not even, like the subject of sex is like way off, way off there. And we'll see a video and it'll be, some crazy lady with a chalkboard, and all of a sudden she says something. We're like, oh, and it just turns sexual.
Yeah, the last time I was on Heathen Haven, Madwitch told me he would send me an invite. And Madwitch, if you're watching, I'm totally calling you out because I never got another invitation, and I was so crushed. It was like, honestly, I felt so thrown under the bus.
What was he going to invite you to?
Something I don't remember.
Well,
we're
I don't
sending new
know.
videos this Sunday.
I
You can always
never
pull
felt
her into
so. I never felt so thrown under the bus.
Aw.
Like so attacked.
Aw.
I
We'll
was
pick on Matt for
crushed.
you.
Well, I know he started a job, so like he dropped out of the Sunday Heathen Haven because he just couldn't do it anymore. Yeah.
Way to have responsibilities.
Yeah. Well, we can have you on the show again.
I mean, I wasn't really that sad, but I'll show up if you want me.
Okay. Well, yeah. When do you want to be on the show?
Oh, I don't know. Now you've put me on the spot. I was just being dramatic for no reason.
All right. Well, let me know.
Okay.
And
You don't plan.
Yeah.
Huh?
For someone who doesn't plan like me, you're being very assertive, and it's a little intimidating.
Yeah. Don't pick on her.
Jeez.
Like
I didn't know you were such a delicate flower.
She's a
totally.
delicate feminine flower. Remember that. She's Xena.
Actually, ever
Yeah,
since
right.
Wonder Woman has came out, y'all will not believe how many times at the barbershop some guy makes some comment about how I look like the actress who played Wonder Woman, and I'm just like, you're cute. Like, that's not getting you kudos from me, kiddo.
You're like you're not getting a free haircut.
No.
Or anything else.
No.
But the lady who played Wonder Woman, what is her name, Gal Gadot or Gil Gadot? She's hilarious. Have you ever listened to her?
No.
She's got a great personality.
I would have preferred, I think, a different person to play Wonder Woman. Not that I didn't like the movie, but I don't know.
Well, who do you think would have been better?
Venus Williams.
Venus Williams?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Well, there was a black Wonder Woman.
Well, I mean, Venus Williams is definitely built for it. I mean, she's
that's what I'm
she's
talking
like
about.
all muscle.
I just feel like Wonder Woman in the movie, she just was kind of too feminine, I feel like.
Okay.
I feel the same way.
I would have to both. Sorry.
No, go ahead, Sudie. I'm sorry. I'm being an asshole.
Well, I would have to agree and disagree because the Wonder Woman I grew up with in the original comics, dear Lord, they were into tying her up a lot. But I'm glad, though, with the movie that they didn't focus on trying to shove her in a dress and her going, no, I want to wear this instead. And they just said, okay, we're not going to touch that with a rock because she has a sword. But there was some aspect where, yes, I think she was a bit too feminine. But then you look at the other coin of also the fact of the time period they kind of put it in and the way that DC is going to, that is their only hot chick they have. They have to throw in a little bit of the, we got to make girls happy on both sides of the feminine of being a strong.
I just think that she could have looked a little bit more androgynous.
Yes. That is
like, I
another
wasn't
thing
impressed by that. Because Wonder Woman is kind of, I mean,
well,
come
she's
on.
an Amazon.
And I also, well, she's half Amazon. Her father is Zeus. I wasn't super impressed with them kind of making Zeus into this heavenly sky father of forgiveness and compassion of mankind. And then they made Ares out to be this like evil god of war and bloodlust and chaos. Like, girl, bye.
Well, yeah, but
they
that's
did that in the
Hollywood
comics.
for you. They've always got to turn.
No. That has nothing to do with the movie. That has to do with DC Universe. That's what that has to do with. The movie, I would say it was 10 out of 10. I thought it was beautifully directed, wonderful actors. I really enjoyed it. I would probably go see it again. Matter of fact, I wouldn't even mind owning that movie. I liked it. And I really resonate with Wonder Woman a lot because obviously I'm an Amazonian myself. So
Right. Yeah, well,
hello.
you see, I'm a Marvel. I'm a Marvel guy. I really don't like DC, but so I never really got into the DC universe. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, I could imagine. I know that Gil Gadot. I mean, she looked very feminine. She had very feminine features, and yeah, I agree with you. I think that Wonder Woman is an Amazon. She's a warrior, so she's going to be built like a warrior.
And you can still be feminine and be strong. And that's what I don't like. That it seems like oftentimes they're either so incredibly strong, they're completely masculine and they lose all their femininity, or they're not at all and they just are feminine and not strong. Oftentimes I feel like that's how these characters are predicted. Like there's not this strong and beautiful at the same time.
Right. And I think that that's what Wonder Woman was. I mean, it's okay. For example, let's compare Wonder Woman to Superman. Superman is built like Superman. He's handsome, he's tall, he's sculpted. He's like the perfect male. And then you have Wonder Woman contrasting that. Tall, beautiful, perfect physique, exactly the perfect woman. So, yeah, I mean, I could see that Wonder Woman would be built more, you know, have a more muscular physique. And yeah, Gil Gadot, or I don't know how to pronounce her name, but her arms are very thin. She's a model. That's what she originally. That's how they found her, was through modeling. And models are built like they're sticks. They're thin.
Which there's nothing wrong with that body type. I'm not here to body shame anyone. And I thought she did a great job as far as acting and performing and being Wonder Woman.
Right.
I just like really you couldn't like add some CGI in there and give her some definition. You couldn't, you know.
That would have been way too much money. That would have cost way too much money for them to do that.
I don't know about that.
As someone who grew up with Xena Warrior Princess, I have to agree with you a lot on how I feel Wonder Woman should have been more stacked. You understand at the same time, it is a movie, and you got to accept certain things. So I was very upset about that too. But I also agree. I love the movie. I'd love to see it again. And I definitely want to see it as a Marvel woman. I am saying, because I'm a Marvel girl, but Wonder Woman is my DC hero. So
yeah.
Hey guys, I'm gonna be right back.
This is huge.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, Lucy Lawless, who played Xena, she's huge.
God, yeah, that bitch is still milking it in Italy.
Yeah. I mean, she's like 6'2" or 6'3" or something.
Oh, I thought you meant like star-wise.
Huh?
I thought you meant like star-wise, because she is still like.
Well, yeah, I mean, she's a big star too, but no, I meant she's a big woman.
Yeah, she's huge.
She's a big, strong woman. That's what I meant. So I mean, she seems like a warrior princess, whereas Wonder Woman was a little more delicate, but.
Yeah. Well, like I said, for me, I'm probably going to get hate for this. In the original comics and up until the movie, I was never a fan of Wonder Woman. I always found her to be a little cliche-ish, and it just, she never resonated with me. The movie version of her resonates a little bit more, but it's not going to pull me over to Team DC any day. But I can point out a lot of other heroes in other comics and series, not only Marvel, well, mostly in Marvel. I don't see very many strong women in DC.
Right.
You see the sidekick women, like with Aquaman or whatever her name is, or Batgirl. They're always sidekicks.
Right.
They're never the main focus. Sometimes they will get their own spin-off comics, but they don't go very far.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, well, what about Harley Quinn? She's stereotypical bad girl, bad guy kind of person. She's not exactly a role model.
Joker. She's just riding Joker's coattail, because Joker is the ultimate villain of Batman. And Harley Quinn is just the female reflection of him. She's just as psychotic, and she adores Mr. J.
Right,
So
exactly.
she's just riding his coattails. It's spotlight.
Yeah. I
Reflection.
mean, because like in the Marvel universe, you've got Marvel Woman, you've got Invisible Woman, you've got She-Hulk. I mean, there's just so many. There's so many female characters in Marvel, which are, you know, I mean, they pretty much have their own. And yeah, I think DC. I mean, I just never really liked DC that much. But Marvel Universe, in my opinion, was always kind of at the cutting edge. I mean, they had Black Panther, which was my one of my favorite superheroes.
Oh yeah,
Luke Cage, Iron Fist. They had all these various characters who were not,
Hit for hire.
I mean, who were not just white people, you know, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
So it appealed to other kids who were not, you know, who couldn't identify with a white hero, you know. And Black Panther was on his own, and he was awesome.
Yeah, and I mean, now with how they have Miss Marvel set up, they have a Marvel's version of Captain Marvel, which is Carol Davis, and then they also have Miss Marvel right now, who's, I can't pronounce her. They also have Miss America. Those two are Latino bloodline, from what I remember of one of the random last comics I read of both of them. They are two teenage girls, and they're of I know Lona's America. She is a Latino girl who kicks ass, and half of her lines are in Spanish, and she's with the New Avengers, which the Young Avengers, which is their team leader is Wicca and Hawking, and Wicca's a gay Jewish pagan. Put all that together and think about it. And Hawking is Captain Marvel, the actual male superhero Captain Marvel's son with a Skrull. So he's a mix of a Skrull and one of the other ones. I can't remember their names because there's two other alien species in Marvel, and he's a mix of both that looks human. So, and he's Wicca's boyfriend. But it's a good series for young kids, well, teenagers who are just coming into comics because they get a mix of everything.
Yeah.
I mean,
and
granted,
it's just, and Marvel was just always kind of at the edge of things. Like the thing that I really was disappointed with Favreau, or I guess Disney, who now owns Marvel, with Iron Man, was, you know, Iron Man was an alcoholic. That's what his big struggle was. And that was the whole story of him. He was invincible. He had on this armor suit. He was invincible. And the only one who could destroy him was himself. And he fought his own demons inside of him, you know, quote unquote demons, you know, and that was an incredible story. And then they changed it around and they dropped that out and said, oh no, we'll make his chest beats, like make him sick. And they completely took that out. And it's like they sterilize a lot of these stories that's just, it doesn't help to sterilize the stories. It doesn't help to sterilize characters. And, you know, I think that's really a shame. I think they should have stuck with that. You know, it makes it more human, you know? Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I shut the chat out.
Uh-oh, what's going on?
Everybody's like silent.
Okay, there we go. There's the chat back up.
I'm listening to YouTube kind of chat.
Well,
I don't really get that deep into it, really. I just happen to like comics.
Mm-hmm.
I just find it weird that we all happen to be comic book fans.
that we are. But like with the whole thing is, I understand why Disney isn't focusing on the alcohol problem. Now they're only focusing on his own mental problems and coming to grasp of he knows who killed his mommy. But it might play a bigger role later on down the road. I know in Iron Man 2, the alcoholism did play a big role. But he did, I guess, cut back for the sake of the team. I mean, come on. He was drinking in both Avengers movies.
So in Iron Man 2, when did the drinking come in? the-
When he was throwing his parties
Yeah, but
and
that
getting
was
drunk in the suit, and
Yeah, but that was more
yeah,
like
but that wasn't like
But-
that was like a binge. That wasn't like I know. I mean, he was like, I mean, in the comics, he was like this was a progression, and he actually
Yep.
had to get sober, and that's why Rhodey comes in and fills Iron Man's place for a while because Tony Stark is like dealing with his alcoholism.
yeah.
you know?
I really wish they would focus a little bit more on that as well.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently whatever happens in the Homecoming Spider-Man movie causes Tony to have to get his arc reactor back.
Mhm.
They're putting back into play his heart condition, not there's shrapnel in his chest. No, they're putting into play the original reason he had it in the first comics, which was he had a heart arrhythmia that would cause random heart attacks.
Mhm.
So they're putting that back into play at least. So part of me is like, yay, shiny chest again.
Yeah.
But I'm just excited to see where they're going with everything. And if DC keeps riding the good wave of coattails from Wonder Woman and takes hints from that, I'm sure the Justice League movie is going to be just as well.
Mhm.
I mean, yes, I'm excited to see what they do with
Mhm.
Aquaman because this guy is listed as the worst hero ever because
I know,
I
really.
consecutively talk to fish.
Who
I mean,
who the
then
hell
Moore has
invented
more
Aquaman? I mean, who like was sitting there one day like, we should have a guy who swims underwater and talks to fish?
That was a really
I mean,
ridiculous looking suit.
And then who in the boardroom said, "You know what? You're right. We should make a whole comic around that."
Okay, well,
I don't know.
I will have you know, in the Flash, what the fuck do they call it? In the alternate universe, where
Oh,
Flash
in the
goes back
Bizarro
in
world?
time. No, it's where Flash goes back in time and fucks everything up.
Oh, Flashpoint.
I don't remember the Flash, but anyway, Aquaman is banging Wonder Woman.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
As he is.
There's
Well-
a joke in there, but I'm gonna keep it clean.
Well, okay. Marvel answered DC's. I think DC answered Marvel's thing with making Namor
Uh-huh.
the Submariner. Keep in mind, he has wings on his feet. He can fly through a tank. Being away from water doesn't affect him, and he
Right.
can do more than talk to animals. The guy can pick up a tank and beat you with it.
Yeah. Yeah,
And he wears a
Submariner.
Speedo.
Right.
And all I can think is, fish sticks.
Yeah, Submariner was kind of but I don't know. I mean, Aquaman was just kind of like, like because I saw like the Justice League is like you have Batman and Wonder Woman and the Flash and Superman. Oh yeah, and Aquaman. It's kind of like that.
He's
like
our
an
Robin.
afterthought. It's like they can have
Sorry,
an
I'm
episode
officially
without
back.
Aquaman, and nobody would bat an eye.
Well, hopefully they make Aquaman a little bit more of a badass in the movie, though he in the comics does admit that he is the stupidest hero that people make fun of. But he did have his moment to shine that one time. He's like, no, guys, I got this. Sharks from the ground that eats all the bad guys. That was pretty badass.
Isn't Jason Momoa playing Aquaman?
Yeah, he's going to at least make the role look hot.
Oh.
You like
I
him,
may be a
huh?
lesbian,
Oh,
but I can appreciate good looks.
Honestly, he could get it any day, anytime. Like, he could just call me, and it would just. I don't care what I'm doing.
You'd make it happen, huh?
Yes.
Well, I would go straight for Tom Hiddleston, so.
Well, being
Yeah.
Aquaman, he could probably go down for hours. So
Yeah, and I would imagine he could keep things pretty up.
Wonder Woman like those
wouldn't need
fish
to come up
sticks.
there for hours. So
And obviously, the smell of fish wouldn't bother him either.
Exactly.
see, I did not say that. Okay, just I want to go on record. I kept it clean earlier with the whole Aquaman Wonder Woman thing. I kept it clean there. So
Oh, we are 5
It's
years
because-
old.
No.
I know,
It's because this room is just dripping and oozing with dark presence.
oh yeah,
Oh, we're right. We're Satan.
It's okay. I think he just needs a hug. He needs a dark hug.
A dark, wet hug.
A dark.
A mouth hug.
What's great is we're a room full of pagans talking about comic books and nothing else. This is great. I freaking love you guys. Oh, people click on here going, I'm going to hear about magic.
Yeah, really.
Nope.
I know
hear
we're
about comic books.
We're talking about Wonder Woman and Fish Stick.
Fish stick.
Right. Maybe
Singular.
my sex demon.
Okay, but Jason Momoa, or whatever his last name is, I'm just going to call him Khal Drogo.
Is
I'm
it?
just gonna
Is
call
it
him Khal
the guy who
Drogo.
plays Aquaman?
Yeah.
Okay.
Honestly, I fell in love at Khal Drogo. Like, that's when I fell in love. And I don't care if his fish stick was covered in scales. Okay? Hello.
You know,
I don't
there's
care if it's covered in
possibility
scales.
it might be.
Yeah, there's silicone lube for that. It's fine. With enough time and lube, anything can fit.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
I fucking love all of you.
yeah. This hangout's definitely being demonetized. I'm screwed.
People were already
I'm shocked I haven't been.
demonetized. I
Huh?
thought that's what I thought the pagans were mad because they were being demonetized because they're religious. I thought all pagan channels were being demonetized.
No, no, mine's not demonetized.
Mine's not
They haven't
demonetized either.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think people were. I think there was fear was spreading. There was because the whole PewDiePie thing happened, and so a lot of like people pulled out. Advertisers pulled out. So there was a smaller pool of advertisers to go around. So, and there were certain things that people were saying that, like Christians were saying that their channels were being persecuted and demonetized because they were spreading truth. And then the pagans were saying, "Oh, well, they're not letting us do it because, you know, they're persecuting us." And then other people were saying, like, atheist, you couldn't do your channel. And I don't think that's the truth. I think if you have something in your title like pornography, terrorism,
No terrorism.
you know, stuff like that, then chances are your that video is going to be demonetized.
mm-hmm. They
Yeah,
are
no
only
terrorism.
they're only focusing on keywords, and if somebody reports a video saying that they are being bullied, that the video itself is target at bullying or harassment, YouTube is now actually looking into the videos more before automatically demonetizing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like what was happening with the news videos. But like you look at the horror community, the horror channels, like the creepypastas, all that. Just because they have the word body or murder in there, automatically that does get demonetized. If you put the word murder or death or killer, those are keywords that do that. So the community that's really taking a hit is not the religious community. No, it is mostly the horror community and the news communities. Mm-hmm. Those ones are taking the biggest hits because of that. Some of the gaming channels has as well, but some of them are being demonetized or copyright struck because they're using copyright products like certain video games. Granted, there is fair usage, but there is a limit to fair use.
Yeah, and actually, yeah, and one Wiccan high priest actually brought up a good point. Even if you're doing a video and I like have music playing in the background, and you can hear it through here, it can get demonetized, or the person who owns that music, like the music company, will do a copyright on it because they can hear that music in the background. So that's another thing to remember. If you're doing like just like a regular rant or whatever, and you're playing music in the background, they might do a copyright strike against your channel for that, and you'll lose the money. But there was like I did the video 9/11 was a witchcraft ritual, and that was deemed not advertiser friendly, and it was demonetized.
Mhm.
And the whole reason was because we mentioned 9/11, but that was it.
Something that I
Let's
noticed
do
on my channel recently, and Zipporah, I was telling you about this last night. I'm actually kind of surprised by it just because given the content that I actually vlog about, you know how when you go to your page's analytics settings, you can look and you can see like the rise and fall of kind of numbers and regions of where your watchers are. And yeah, I have like 78% male viewers.
Really? I wonder why.
Is it because you're
It's-
giant?
Honestly, it's crazy because like I feel like there's a lot more women in our community than men. Honestly. But I'm sure it's boobs.
Yeah.
Well, mine are like.
I mean, most of mine are men too, and that's a little bit surprising as well, because I mostly do arts and crafts or talk about random gods. But then again, Raise the Village always finds a way to comment on my videos.
Oh my god,
So-
you get so many more women than you guys. I have a lot of women on my channel.
Mm-hmm. Mine's pretty much 50-50. I think it's actually leaning a little bit towards women, but it's pretty close. I think it's like 45-55 or something. It's pretty much half. I was amazed by that.
Yeah, mine is definitely nowhere near balanced.
But I mean, to be honest, Lady Ambrosia, I think some guys will just click on your thumbnail because they see boobs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
That could be it.
Yeah, I mean they do. They just, they see boobs, they go and look,
Yeah.
I mean, if I had the equivalent of something like
300.
boobs, I would put it in every single thumbnail.
Well, you do have something like the equivalent of boobs, but I just don't know if YouTube will allow you to use that in a thumbnail.
That nobody wants to see that. Not in a thumbnail.
No, that's true because when I put in my naked update,
Right.
that title naked, I got like 300 views overnight.
Oh yeah, my most watched video. Oh yeah, no, there's total clickbait stuff because my most watched videos, there's 2 of them, and they're pretty close up there. One of them is it's called Sex and Money Magic, and the other one is called Candle Cock, and those have my most views. Yeah.
Yeah, there was some lady, what's her name? I think her channel is Roaming Millennial or something. But I mean, she's an attractive woman, but she also has good content. I mean, not that I'm saying that attractive women don't have good content, but what I mean is she started out her channel not showing her face because she was concerned that people would come to her channel just to see her and not really like listen to what she has to say. And so she didn't show her face. And then she started showing her face, and then like people were giving her like hard times, like, oh, so now you're showing your face so that you can get like views from guys and stuff. And so she said, well, she took a poll from people like, okay, what do you think? What do you think? Are you here for my content, or are you here just to stare at me? And so she got all kinds of various comments, but I put in there, I was like, use what you have. I mean, if people are going to go to your channel just to see you, they're going to click away. But I mean, if you can get them hooked just by your looks, but your content is decent and they stay for your content, why not? What's wrong with using what you got? I mean, people are going to come to your channel maybe for eye candy, but if you have decent content, they're going to stay for the content.
Well, I'm fucked.
Well,
What?
that's how I feel. I don't put any production value or anything like that. It's just me rambling about shit. So I feel if you guys are gonna watch my content, you're gonna come because you want to hear what I have to say about the subject, and I don't really give a fuck about what I look like, or like half the time.
Right.
So that's just how I feel.
Yeah.
Zipporah, stop. You're a total babe.
Well, no, I mean, that's just how I feel. I'm a mess, and I haven't cleaned my house, so it just happens.
Yeah. I mean, it's yeah. So it's just it's funny how people are. I mean, there's thumbnails are also important too. Like sometimes I'll look through and I'll see a thumbnail of something and the title, and I'll click on it because it's intriguing. It's interesting, you know.
Oh yeah, I've been duped by that.
And I mean, I'm always trying to figure out like what's going to catch people's attention, you know, and I'm always trying to figure that out, and you know, it's hard, especially if you're just like a small channel and you don't have that many subs or that many people who follow your channel. It's it can get hard to get people to actually just watch your fucking video. You know?
I feel like I don't really care if people watch my videos. I mean, I like it, acting with people, but I also like to leave it there. Maybe because, you know, so people could learn from it. Like, I know Lilo could use the Wicca 2.0 cover some techniques. So I do it because, like, I just enjoy interacting with people. So I don't really care if a ton of people watch my shit. As long as I get to hang out with you guys every once in a while, I'm happy, you know?
Hey, Zabora, I learned a trick from somebody. Hit Control R or refresh and rejoin the chat because your mic is kind of cutting in and out, and supposedly that fixes it. Yeah, so she'll rejoin the chat. But let's see when she's back.
Okay.
But I also admire people who like, especially who do nothing but witch stuff, because I can't imagine like trying to figure trying to come up with something every week, you know, because I don't know. To me, it just seems, yeah, I think, oh, she joined as comedic witch. Okay. But Zabora, I was saying, I admire people who like do weekly content, like witchcraft related, because they're always thinking of something new.
Yeah. You see, I was gonna say, like, I don't really care if people watch my channel too much, you know, so long as I get to hang out and talk to a few of you, I'm happy.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, I try to put stuff out there like once a month. And I've been kind of slacking because it's hard when you got a job and, you know, a life. It's hard to like schedule that one extra hour when you're like, fuck it all, and do that.
Yep.
So yeah, I admire people that actually put production into their shit like that.
Yeah. And then just like coming up with content, you know, creating a video and then doing something that nobody else is doing, or, you know, that's something new to you.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I started doing the lesson thing. I'm like, I don't know what else to do, so I guess I'll just show you my witchcraft. Like, this is what I do.
It's funny. You probably know who Lippy Witch is, right?
Yeah,
I love Lippy.
I love her.
Lippy is babe.
Yeah, but she would put out like videos all the time, and she would just do like, she did like a whole series on color. She did a series on goddesses, on gods, and I mean, she just kind of like broke it up. But she put out a video. I think she put out a video every single day. It was amazing.
Yeah, she had a bunch of them like pre-recorded and then set to be published.
Mm-hmm.
She's awesome. I love Lippy.
Yeah, I mean, I was like, wow, you know, because I mean, she
actually
had to like sit down and do all those videos.
Yeah, Cricket Song actually took a trip out to Washington State and actually got to meet and hang out with Lippy, and I'm so jealous.
Oh.
And Nico.
Where does Lippy Witch live here in Washington?
I don't know, girl.
1234 Main Street.
Probably. Well, I saw that they had posted the trip to Seattle and everything like that. I'm like, they were in my neck of the woods. And I missed the video. I'm a dork. I get to catch the live stream every so often, so it's one of those things of I love listening to you guys talk. It's kind of fun.
I love the whole Lunar Wisdom live stream that Cricket Song has going on. I think she's really done like a lot.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah,
A lot of good, positive stuff for the community.
Definitely.
Yeah. Because
oh my gosh, Cece, my channel is more than just boobs.
He is obsessed with boobs.
Boobs.
Yeah, boobies.
But yeah, because Lunar Wisdom does that. She does that every week, and she has a guest on, a new guest. Like she's been having Renee on. She had you on.
Yeah, I've been on there, I think, 3 times.
Yeah, I've been on there a couple of times. And then there's this other guy who does tarot that's been on there. But yeah, she does. She has a show every week, right?
Yeah, every Thursday she has a live show.
Yeah.
And like last week, she was talking about the divine feminine. I know she had you on.
Yeah, it was me, Alora, Joe, Renee, and Lippy, and her.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that was a good panel. But there was, I'm glad that she turned it into a part 2.
Well, we just didn't get to cover much, just especially because there was 5 of us.
Yeah.
It's already hard enough when there's sometimes 3 people to really cover a whole topic. But when there's more than 3 people, sometimes it can just get hard for everyone to be able to put in their 2 cents on one topic, but also keep it brief.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, that's true. It is. That was a little new experience when I went through that. I was like hella nervous. I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe time's up already. I barely said anything, you know?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because you were on her show too.
Yeah, I did my path a little bit there.
Did you ever do a second one or just the one?
Just the one. I haven't contacted her about another one, but I've been thinking about it.
Yeah, I mean, I know that she's scheduled guests out for a while.
Yeah, she's booked up, I think, until October.
Yeah, it's a good long stretch.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, I enjoy her. I enjoy her shows, and you know, I mean, the nice thing about those is you can kind of like you can turn those on in the background and go and do something else and just listen to it. That's what I enjoy about it.
Oh yeah, I've done my makeup before.
That's what I like.
Doing those. And like, you know, I'm not here to this or that, X, Y, or Z, all tea, no shade, but some of the guests have been extremely unique and very entertaining.
They've been what?
Extremely unique and very entertaining.
Oh, okay.
I love some of her shows.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, well, I need to bow out because I got to do a few things. So I will see you guys tomorrow.
Okay. All right. See you tomorrow night, Loki. Take care.
Night. Bye.
Yeah. Let me see. Sorry, can't promote anymore. Yeah, they're just back. They're just chatting back and forth in the chat room. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people who talk about the tarot. That's one of the things that I think that would be, in my opinion, I think that would be a hard market to break into on YouTube. Would be talking about tarot, because there's a lot of people who talk about the tarot on YouTube. You know, it just seems like there's so many people, and to try and get a different perspective on it and everything, it just seems like it would be too much trouble. And I'm not really into. I enjoy the history of the tarot. I enjoy reading for myself, but I'm not really into tarot. You know.
Definitely. Yeah. Totes.
Yeah, I don't even know how it would go about like giving a. I'm sorry, I say tarot because I'm from the West, and I could not even begin to give a tarot reading instruction. I'd be like, I do intuition kind of readings. I go a lot off of symbolism with my interpretations. I don't even go off of a lot of traditional meanings. It's just things that kind of come to me. So I'm actually looking into getting into reading because I guess it's kind of similar. So I mean, like, I don't know.
Oracle
Maybe I
reading?
should blog.
Is that what you said? Sephora.
What did you say? I can
What
hear
did you say? Did you say oracle reading?
Bone reading.
Oh, bone reading. Okay.
Yeah, I've been looking at that, but because that's kind of the same thing. It's just like intuition type reading, based on what your ancestors are telling you. So I don't know. I was looking to get into that, but I wouldn't begin to like understand how to give a lesson on tarot because it's very.
I think tarot is actually pretty easy to understand because you basically have the major arcana and the minor arcana, and the major arcana are basically archetypes. So there's that. And then the minor arcana, you have like coins or pentacles, cups or chalices, wands, and swords. Sometimes you have staves in there too, but they're all just corresponding to an element, and then like the numbers are all just numerology. So I think tarot is really good for people who might not use as much intuition in their reading because it's already a set designated system that you can learn.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
I personally prefer oracle cards.
Prefer what?
I prefer oracle cards.
Oh, okay. What did you say, Sephora?
Oh, I'm just saying I learned tarot very differently. I never went off of like a set structure.
Mm.
It was just like, oh, I kind of feel like this card means this, this card means this, you know, and that kind of thing.
And what was the first deck that you learned with?
The first one was given to me, and it was an anime deck, but it was based on the Rider-Smith deck.
Oh, the Rider-Waite?
Yeah, the Rider-Waite one.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I learned off of. And then I really read a lot of Barbara Moore, but the only thing that really kind of stuck with me was the images, which is like certain things in the images I would be drawn to and be like, oh, it feels like it's this. Mm-hmm. So it would always be like that kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, because the deck that I learned with was the, you know, the quote unquote traditional Rider-Waite, but when I learned, it was pretty much the only tarot deck. You know, there was like the Thoth deck that was coming out, and I think maybe there was a couple more, but that was like the deck. The Rider-Waite deck was the deck, and so you learn those symbolisms, and then from there you would just kind of like. So if you bought another deck, like let's say the vampire deck or whatever, you would just sort of transcribe like, okay, this card means this, it's equal to that one in that deck, and so it would mean the same. So you wouldn't like take the symbolism of the newer deck or the other deck and use that. But I mean, I guess you could. You'd be sort of like you would do with oracle decks. But I couldn't imagine like not seeing the symbolism of the Rider-Waite just because that's what I naturally associate it with, you know. I'd have to untrain myself.
Like I use it more like an oracle deck. I don't use it like a traditional tarot deck.
Mm-hmm, right. Yeah. Yeah, because yes, I mean, I just couldn't imagine. I would have to untrain myself, and it would just be too much trouble. That's why I never understood people who like have like 20 decks or 30 decks and they can do readings with it. For me, that just seems like, it just seems so overwhelming. I like one deck and I'm just used to it and I can work with that and that's it.
That's not how I feel. I feel like my certain decks have different energies about them. So there's some decks I'll only use for dreams. Some I'll use for truth and, you know, that kind of thing.
See, decks for me are very much like the magical equivalent of shoes.
Okay.
Like you can never have too many.
Now,
there's so many pretties out there.
Right. Now that's interesting, Lady Ambrosia. So does that mean, like, let's say if there's a certain thing that you want to do a reading for, that you do a certain deck, or certain people you use a certain deck for? Okay.
Oh yeah.
So for you, it's not a one shoe fits all. It's rather like different shoe fits the occasion.
I definitely have like a main deck that I favor, but I have other decks that I use during different points of the year. Like I have a trying to think of what the name of it is. It's like a spirit deck basically. And there's like it's an oracle deck. And then I also have like a couple fairy decks and a couple nature decks, and I kind of alternate those a lot. But my primary card reading deck I use is the Earth Magic Oracle deck.
Okay.
That one's my favorite.
Yeah, I have a main deck too, and that's my dragon deck, and that's the one that I use a lot. But I'm a lot like you know, different situations, different decks, different questions, different people.
Yeah, I have a unicorn and a dragon deck, like separately, not unicorns and dragons together. But I just find that not everyone really resonates with that imagery. And I feel like if you're reading someone who doesn't really connect to dragon energy or unicorn energy, then they just aren't really going to take much from the reading.
Right. No, I have decks that I have had to put away because I did not connect with them through imagery, you know? Yeah. There's just been decks I'm like, oh, I was so excited, and now I'm disappointed.
You know, I purchased the Visconti deck and also the Marseilles deck, which is kind of like a pre-Rider-Waite tarot decks. But the symbolism in those decks, they're very much like playing cards. They're not there's not the same symbolism in the Rider-Waite deck. I think the Pamela Smith Cole, who did the artwork for that, she really put a lot of the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn symbolism into it, and that Hermetic symbolism in it. But I couldn't imagine doing a reading with those decks. That would maybe I should try it someday just to see what happens. See if it works out for me.
Well, I'm probably gonna hop off of here too, y'all. It's been fun though. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, Lady Ambrosia.
Yeah, it's always fun. I always have a good time.
Yeah. All right. Take care. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
So yeah, I think I'll probably wrap this up too, Zabora.
Yep, sounds like a plan, man.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, thanks, chat. It was a lot of fun. Thanks, Zabora. And I will see you all tomorrow on Heathen Haven. All right. Night.